What's up, guys? Welcome to Ajax Reviews. Today is a special day. One that a lot of people have been waiting for from me for a while. People that I know in my life. Today we review Phantasm. Directed by Don Coscarelli. A teenage boy and his friends face off against a mysterious grave robber known only as the Tall Man, who keeps a lethal arsenal of terrible weapons with him. Okay, so, backstory on this movie. The reason why so many people want to hear my opinion of this movie is because I've never seen it. Well, that's not true. That's not entirely true. Way back in, it had to have been 1989. No, not 89. 99. Sorry. Way back in 1998, 99, I attempted to give Phantasm a watch. A friend of mine had it on VHS and was like, here, watch this. And I was working at a strip club at the time, and every once in a while, I would put on a movie and then try to fall asleep because I was working graveyard, so I'd try to fall asleep like during the day when I got home, and I would fall asleep and not finish the movie. This is one of those movies. However, this movie has been a thorn in my side for a very long time because starting in 1998, 1999, I've attempted to watch this movie multiple times. And when I say multiple, I don't mean 4, 5, 7, 10. I'm talking 20 to 30 times I've tried to watch this movie. What happens usually is I make it a few minutes in, and Mike, the young boy in the movie, the kid, as I called him before, because I never made it very far, would be in the graveyard. And I'd fall asleep. I'd wake up what seems to be an hour later. And Mike, again, is in the graveyard. So then I'd doze off again. And I'd wake up what seemed to be another half hour to 45 minutes. And once again, Mike is in the graveyard. So I started referring to this movie as The Kid in the Graveyard because I never saw the Tall Man, I never saw the Ball, I never saw anybody else other than Mike, the Kid in the Graveyard. And it was like that every time I watched it. Maybe it was just bad luck. Maybe it's because the movie mostly takes place in a graveyard, but there are scenes that don't take place in a graveyard. There's scenes that take place in an antique store. There's scenes that take place inside the mausoleum. There's scenes that take place at Mike and Jody's house. There's scenes that take place driving. So I mean, it's not just the whole setting is the damn graveyard. But it's funny that I've spent all this time, over 2 decades, trying to watch this movie, and all it was to me was a kid in a graveyard. So that's my backstory on that movie. So now I'm going to get to the review of what I actually thought of it.
The funeral is about to begin, sir.
So we're told throughout life it's not going from point A to point B. It's the journey in between. It's the journey getting from A to B. As I said before, this movie's been a thorn in my side, and finally sitting through this movie and watching it from beginning to end without falling asleep once. I mean, I dozed literally for a half a second. I'm like, nope, not fucking happening. Making it through this movie, I will use the words of former UFC champion George St. Pierre and say, I was not impressed by your performance.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
I mean, it wasn't terrible by any means, but it felt long. And I found myself getting quite bored. Quite a lot. It was well shot. And the story, even though it felt long and boring, was a good story. So, what did I like about this movie? As I just said, the story was really good. I enjoyed the story. I just feel we could have gotten to the end faster. And I'm not one of those people that just wants to know the beginning, middle, and end. I enjoy the journey. But this one, the journey just felt long and stale. Maybe it's because the movie was made in 1979 and, you know, after all the buildup and everybody telling me, you got to see this movie, you got to see this movie, that I was just like, wow, this is it. This is what I get. Where's the payoff? So maybe that's why I was kind of disappointed. But I mean, this is our likes section, so I'll stick with the likes. The cinematography in this movie was amazing. I loved the way it was shot. I loved the coloring. I loved the color grading. I loved the lighting. Everything in that aspect was really good. The music, outstanding. I love the music. It creates a great feeling. I can't say anything bad about any of that. The cinematography, the lighting, the color grading, the music, all just A+. I really like the lady in lavender, for obvious reasons. And I liked the Jawas.
It was little and brown and low to the ground.
Jawas.
It's probably just a gopher in heat.
They're Jawas. I know. They're not Jawas. They're little souls or whatever the hell trapped like from other bodies. I don't know. But they're Jawas to me, man. It was made in 1979. Star Wars was made in 77. Man, they were Jawas. That's just how it is. They were Jawas that sounded like demonic Rottweilers. But they were Jawas nonetheless. Now for the things that I didn't like. Man, I did not like the characters. Mike never listened to Jody, no matter what. Jody would say do something, Mike would do the exact opposite. It was just smack the little shit.
Now you'll be safe here. Just lock all the doors and windows. And don't follow me.
I mean, hell, Jody would tell him, he'd be like, stay put, Mike. Or go here and stay there, you know, go to this place and stay there. Don't come back here. Don't follow me. And then he would. And then the next time Jody sees Mike, he's not mad at him. Matter of fact, he acts like he missed him. And like the first thing he does is give him a hug. Like, no, smack the shit out of the little bastard. Like, and then he sits on your lap and drinks your beer. Like, dude, come on. Like, I just did not like those two together, man. I didn't. They were just, ugh. They annoyed the hell out of me. The last thing I didn't really like was Reggie. Man, he just, I don't know, he came off real Uncle Creepy, you know what I mean? Like the uncle that spent some time in jail that we don't talk about. Yeah, that guy. And what the hell is it with Mike's real name being Mike, Reggie's real name being Reggie, but Jody's real name's not Jody? Like, come on, man, we're already committed to this. Like, just let everybody use their regular ass name. What the hell? Why does Jody get a chick name and everybody else gets like a regular name, their own name? It's like, come on, Don. When you were writing this, did you think, I can't think of a name? Like, were you drunk? Were you high? Or was like, dude, I can't think of a name for the little brother. Like, dude, should I name him? I don't know. Kid, what's your name? Mike. Mike, that's a good one. He just writes that down. Like, is that how that fucking went down? Jesus Christ. So, in conclusion, this movie, again, was a thorn on my side for over 2 decades. It was well shot. The music was good. But the characters just felt like they were missing something. They didn't work well together. In my opinion, you might find that they do. I didn't really find the characters relatable. I didn't find them very likable. Again, the lady in lavender was the best part, and that's just because she showed us all her boobs. The ball was cool. So, would I recommend this movie? Yeah, sure. It's not a terrible movie. It's quite good when you actually analyze it. Just don't go into it thinking that it's going to be a perfect movie. It took me over 2 decades, from my first attempt to watch this movie from beginning to end in one sitting. So pace yourself. I give this movie a 3.5 out of 5. And that'll do it for me for today, guys. Remember, till next time, stay smart, stay clean, keep the dream. Don't let the man get you down, because if he does, he might mount you like a gopher in heat and then start growling like a demonic Rottweiler Jawa. And nobody wants that. You ever been fucked by a Jawa? Didn't think so. Don't make it your first.